Ashley, when will you be getting home? It's already 6 p.m., you know?
Uh,
I'm sorry. My meeting lasted a little longer than I expected. I'm just about to get on the train home.
Huh? You've been coming home later and later these days. My boy George has been sitting here waiting with a growling stomach. Do you intend to make my son starve? I'm sure that you're more than capable of sneaking out of meeting at work. Please make more of an effort, young lady. Your husband's dinner is far more important than your meetings anyway.
No, this was an important meeting about one of our collaboration products with another company. I'm in a position of responsibility on this project, so there's no way I can leave before the end of a meeting.
Stop making excuses. To focus single-mindedly on work while abandoning your essential duties as a wife, such as looking after your husband, is simply not acceptable. My son has no need for such a sloth of a wife. He'll divorce you, I say, divorce.
Looking after him? Oh, come on. George is a fully grown man, not a baby. Plus, he's unemployed right now and spends all of his time at home.
Do not talk back to me, young lady.
Sorry, it's gonna be a little while longer before I get home though. So if he's really desperate for something to eat, you're more than welcome to use whatever's in the fridge. To make something to eat between yourselves.
What? Do you seriously intend to make your mother-in-law into some cheap imitation kitchen maid? Have you no shame? I've never heard of such a cheek. I'll have him divorce you if you're not careful.
No, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. Just forget I said anything.
We won't be waiting for you any longer. He's so hungry, he's going to pass out if he doesn't eat soon. We'll find a sushi restaurant or someplace to eat out tonight. So we won't be needing any supper from the likes of you.
Hold on a moment, Mom. I understand you're upset, but let's not jump to conclusions or make threats. It's not fair to bring divorce into the conversation. We can discuss this calmly.
Calmly? How can I stay calm when you're proposing something so outrageous? Making your own mother-in-law work as a kitchen maid is disrespectful, to say the least. I'm your family, not hired help.
I apologize if it came across that way, Mom. It was never my intention to disrespect anyone. I was merely suggesting that you could lend a hand in the kitchen, not take on the role of a maid. I understand that family dynamics can be sensitive, and I didn't mean to offend you.
Well, it certainly sounded like you were suggesting something demeaning. But let's put that aside for now. We need to focus on George's hunger. He's feeling really weak, and we can't afford to wait any longer.
I understand the urgency, Mom, but as you can see, George is a grown man now, so he could of course handle his own meal. You shouldn't have to worry about him that much.
Oh, trust me, Ashley, I'm well aware that George is a grown man. But as his mother, it's only natural for me to be concerned about his well-being. I've been taking care of him since he was a baby, after all.
Well, Mom, I think it's time to let go a little. George is perfectly capable of taking care of himself. He doesn't need to be coddled or worried over every minute of the day.
Coddled? Worried over? Oh, please, Ashley. It's called being a loving and caring mother. I'm not smothering him, I'm simply looking out for his best interests. And honestly, I would expect you as his spouse to understand and respect that.
I do understand, Mom, but sometimes your concern can be a bit overbearing. George is an adult, and he deserves the freedom to make his own choices and decisions, even when it comes to something as simple as a meal.
What the hell are you talking about? How dare you talk about your husband like that? It's your responsibility to take care of your husband, but now I'm doing it for you. Actually, you would certainly have to thank me for that, don't you think?
Mom, we are adults. We could look after ourselves. Could you please stop intervening in our life? It's just inconvenient.
Oh, good grief, you really are a failure of a wife. My son picked this short straw with you, didn't he? I'll have him divorce you before long. I mean it.
3 hours later.
George, are you there? You got a minute?
What is it? I was just about to go to sleep. Besides, if you want to say something, why not just come and talk to me? Why do you need to send messages when we're in the same house?
But if I come to speak to you, your mom will probably overhear us. Anyway, it's about your mother. Is there no way we can live separately? This arrangement with the three of us is just not working.
What? For God's sake, you're not going on about my mom again, are you?
To tell the truth, George, I'm extremely stressed. I agreed to have her live with us because I felt bad about her being lonely after your dad passed away. But she's causing me so much stress, it's unreal. Does she think I'm some kind of slave? She forces me to do all the housework despite the fact that I'm working long hours. Not only that, but she barely ever lifts a finger herself. If there's ever anything she doesn't like, even just a little bit, she immediately brings up divorce and threatens to make you end the marriage with me. What's more, despite the fact she makes absolutely no money and contributes nothing to the household finances, she goes out to restaurants on lavish spending sprees, always bringing home bags of frivolous junk. There's no other way to put it, George. I've reached my limit and I can't take it anymore.
What can I do? You can complain about her as much as you like. But she doesn't have anywhere else to go. She sold the family home when my dad died. We're the ones who took her in. I could hardly send her packing now, can I? The only money she has to her name is her pension, so when she says she can't afford to contribute, she's not lying. Plus, without my dad, she's super lonely. Surely, it wouldn't hurt to indulge her selfishness, just a little bit every now and then?
This goes beyond the level of mere selfishness. She sneers and barks orders at me, tells me I'm not fit to eat in the same room as her, and forces me to eat nothing but leftovers. Demands that you, being the husband, must always be the first to use the bathtub, while she, being the all-important mother-in-law, uses it second. Then when my turn finally does come around, there are even times where she lets the water out before I can get in. For some strange reason, she constantly gives me midnight sermons on how a wife should act. So I can't even sleep half the time because of her incessant preaching. Since she moved in with us a year ago, I lost 10 kilograms from not eating properly due to all this stress. This is malicious bullying, plain and simple. It's a miracle I managed to tolerate her this long, and the only reason I did is because she's your mom. But I'm sick of being treated like I'm not even human. I've reached my limit. Please, George, have her move somewhere else. Maybe an apartment or a shared house or something, I don't know. Just anywhere but here. If that's impossible at the very least, could you please tell her to stop treating me this way? If you don't do something, I'm going to lose it.
Fine, sheesh woman, I get it. I'll mention it at some point if I remember. Anyway, more importantly, I need $300.
What? $300? What are you going to use it for?
Travel expenses. I'm looking for work right now, so I need money for bus fares and trains and stuff.
What? But I gave you money for travel expenses not that long ago. You get $150 a month for that already.
That's a pocket change. I already use it all. Get the real woman, $150 just doesn't cover it. Give me $300.
Wait, you are. No way. Are you visiting casinos again?
What? Come on, it's not like it's a problem. I don't go very often and I hardly spend anything when I do. It's a way for me to let off steam after the hours I spent job hunting.
You haven't forgotten that you lost your last job. Because you got caught sneaking out of the office and visiting casinos when you were supposed to be working, have you? You got on your knees and swore you'd never visit a casino again, George. You swore. In spite of that, you're at it again, and this time you're blowing the money that I give you on travel expenses on the slots. If that's where it's going, you'll never get another cent out of me.
Oh, give it a rest, woman. You're like a broken record, nag nag nag. It's up to me how I spent my time. Are you seeing a ban from relaxing to take my mind off the stress of trying to find a job now? Who gave you the authority to do that? The only thing you're good for is bringing in money anyway. If you can't even toss me a few dollars when I'm in a pinch, then what the hell do you bring to the table?
What? What does that mean? The only reason I have to work like a dog now is because you got fired for acting like a moron. Job hunting, give me a break. All you do is laze around on the sofa like a sack of potatoes. Then you have the nerve to spend the money I give you for getting around town on the slots. You have no right to be angry with me.
Oh, just bottom it already. Nag nag nag. You think you're so much better than me just because you happen to have a job, don't you? Screw this. I'm going to sleep.
No, you can't just get up and talk to me. I'm not finished, George. George.
The next day.
Excuse me, Ashley. Answer me.
What is it? I'm at work right now.
I hear you've been complaining to George again. Giving him a hard time because he's struggling to find work. How dare you go whining to him behind my back? You really are a spiteful, underhanded cretin of a woman.
What?
One thing you don't seem to understand about my son is that he's recharging his batteries right now. He's simply depressed because things didn't work out at his last company. Any normal wife would be trying to make her husband feel better right now. But far from it, you're actually going on the attack. You're atrocious. You're a devil, I tell you, a devil. There's nothing for it but divorce.
The fact that you're messaging me like this now must mean that George just woke up from his hibernation on the sofa. And told you about the conversation I had yesterday, right? I bet he told you about what I had said about him finding a job and nothing else. Am I right? Ugh. I give up.
Now, you listen to me, and you listen well, young lady. You need to make more of an effort to stand up for your husband. You need to have his back.
Just because you happen to have a job doesn't make you any better than him. Right, sure, I'm sorry. I'm occupied with work right now, so would you be kind enough to tell me off later instead? I'm busy.
Good grief. Look at you. A fully grown woman bragging about having a job like it's some kind of special achievement. Tell me, Ashley, what good is a woman who does nothing but work? Ugh, I'll never get any grandchildren with a daughter-in-law like you. How about you fulfill your feminine duties as a wife for a change? I must be the unluckiest, most mistreated mother-in-law in the whole world. Aren't you at least big enough to admit your wrongdoing and walk away with some dignity? Get a divorce.
You're really annoying me now. Would you just shut up for once?
What? How dare you? What has gotten into you today? Where did this rebellious attitude come from all of a sudden? Know your place, young lady. Who do you think the mistress of this household is? If you define me, I'll have my son divorce you.
Okay, divorce it is.
Ha?
Have it your way, I'll divorce him. It's not like I particularly enjoy being married to an unemployed leech anyway. Nor do I take any great pleasure in having to live with his parasitic megalomaniac old hag of a mother. I'm tossing that egotistical, jobless douchebag in the gutter where he belongs. I'll divorce him then, let's do it. I'm ready.
Wait. What's gotten into you, Ashley? Is this some kind of joke? Are you being serious? You'd actually go through with it?
You see, the thing is, you should have known that there was a limit to how much of your crap I was willing to tolerate.
What?
Did you think I was just gonna shut my mouth forever like an obedient little slave while you hurled abuse at me? Are you and George actually aware of your current positions? What good is a woman who does nothing but work, you ask? How about putting food on the table for you and your waste of a spaceman child of a son? Who do you think it is putting a roof over your heads? Who do you think it is who's looking after you and enabling your lazy deadbeat lifestyles? Go on, think about it. This one's really easy. Well.
Oh my God. Ashley. What's gotten into you? This isn't like you at all.
It's not that something's gotten into me. It's that you think you can manipulate and take advantage of me and my kindness. Ask yourself, do you think I enjoy feeding, clothing, and providing shelter for a malicious, bullying old hag of a mother-in-law? The only reason I reluctantly agreed to you living here in the first place was due to my mercy and kindness. Because I felt bad about you living all on your own after your husband died, and this is how you repay me? By walking around like you own the place and treating me like your slave? Then you have the nerve to threaten me with divorce when you don't get your own way? Do you have any awareness of how arrogant and shameless your behavior is? Well. Are you going to answer me, you miserable, sponging witch?
No, but taking care of your mother-in-law is a decent thing to do.
What? I'm not sure that common decency like that applies to sponging vagrants. You are also aware that I'm not your daughter, right? Even still, I wouldn't tolerate this from my own mom. So what do you think gives you the right? If you were actually my mom, I'd be just as eager to get you out of my life.
Ashley, wait. Ashley, I may not be your mother, but surely this is still no way to talk to your mother-in-law. And what on earth is with all this coarse, vulgar language? You barbarian. It's just that I thought all along you are simply not suitable to be my son's wife. It's divorce for you. Divorce. Get out.
I already told you I'm divorcing him. However, the only ones who need to get out are you two.
What? Why?
Seems like you might have forgotten this minor detail. But the place you are currently living in rent-free, like the pair of grotesque parasitic termites you are, is the apartment I bought back when I was single. It's my name on the deed, and it's my apartment.
What? Really?
No way, you actually forgot? I did tell you before. Remember? It was the day you moved in. I gave you a thorough explanation about all the details regarding the living situation. Aren't you a little too young to be going senile?
Well, now that you mention it, I think I might remember you telling me something along those lines. But you can hardly expect me to remember every conversation we had last year.
The thing is, whether you remember or not makes zero difference to me. Once the divorce is finalized, you and the Sloth King will be packing your things and leaving for good. Because, as I told you, you're living in my apartment. You'll no longer be my mother-in-law and he'll no longer be my husband. And sadly for you, I'm not the kind of person to let a pair of strangers live like bums in my house. Now, I'll be handing George the divorce papers when I get home today. Make sure the two of you get your belongings together, okay? Luckily for you, in my infinite generosity and benevolence, I'm willing to give you until tomorrow evening to get out. Don't think you'll be getting anything to eat though.
Ashley, just wait. Surely you're not going to divorce him immediately, today? You don't actually plan on kicking your husband and mother-in-law on the streets, do you? I simply do not agree. This divorce isn't happening. I won't allow it.
What the? Why have you done a complete 180 all of a sudden? You seem to be happy enough to walk all over me when you thought you could get away with it. You waved around the notion of a divorce like it was your prized family crest, using it as a pretext to say whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted. Then the moment you realize things are no longer going in your favor, you're suddenly opposed to it? Don't make me laugh.
What?
You're the one who started all this in the first place. You wanted to fight, didn't you? All I did was give you what you wanted. You should be grateful. Don't you dare start trying to worm your way out of it all of a sudden. And I won't allow it? Who do you think you are? Since when were you the queen? Did I miss your coronation? How about you try cultivating some awareness of your own position for once and putting a lid on that monstrous mouth of yours?
I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
It's too late to apologize now. I'm dead set on divorce and nothing can change my mind. Make sure you're gone by tomorrow night. And let me make one thing abundantly clear. There will be no distribution of assets. George, the eternal NET, has no savings of his own and we have no shared accounts either. There's no money for him to receive, not a single cent, so don't bother trying to put in any claims. I would feel bad about throwing you out into the streets without any clothes. So I'll allow you to take the bare minimum of clothing and everyday necessities with you. I take it you have no complaints about that? If I've made myself clear, hurry up and get out of my apartment. And take your good-for-nothing son with you.
Oh my God. Please, please, just wait. Wait. We don't have anywhere to live. We sold the family home and my husband passed. My pension doesn't amount to much either. George doesn't even have a job. Please.
Oh, I see. Just so I understand, you'll be in dire straits because your sons are NET and you have no place to stay and no money, is that right? Okay, so what?
Huh?
That's not my problem. The fact that your sons are NEET or that you have nowhere to stay or that you have no money. Yeah, none of these things are my fault. If you're struggling for money, you could always have George earn you back both a living on the slots. And why can't you find a job? If you've got the energy to bully your daughter-in-law 24/7, then holding down a job shouldn't be a problem. I saw a local supermarket was recruiting the other day. Do that?
Oh my God.
God's not going to help you now. Nor is playing the victim, and I mean please, is this really any way for a fully grown woman to behave? If you don't have any money, then you work. Surely you at least understand that. You're not a child.
Why? Why are you doing this? I think you know full well why. Because you defied the mistress of this household.
When I got home from work that evening, I was met at the door by George and his mother-in-law on their knees. They begged and pleaded in unison, "We're sorry for the way we behaved." But I shook them off and said, "If you've got time to be groveling on the floor, you've got time to get your things together." For the first time in what felt like forever, I made some food just for myself, and was able to take a bath at a leisurely pace when I felt like it for a change. Then I retired to my bedroom, locked the door, put in some earplugs and slept like a baby. The next day, the pair of them were desperately trying to butter me up by dashing around the house making breakfast and cleaning up. Then they got back on their knees and begged me once again, "Please rethink the divorce. I swear I'll never set foot in a casino again." My response was to hand them the divorce papers and some bags follow their stuff. After which I threatened to take them to court if they didn't sign the papers and get out by the end of the day. George panicked, reluctantly signed the papers and left, taking his mother-in-law with him. With that, I was officially freed of the termite infestation plaguing my house before the day was up. I was so happy about being freed from my in-law-induced slavery that I raised a toast and celebrated in lavish style. The pair of them moved into a scruffy 70-year-old apartment, which they somehow paid the rent on by scraping together what was left of George's mom's pension and Social Security money. Apparently, George finally started looking for work in earnest, and his mom got a part-time job at the supermarket. However, George's efforts didn't amount to anything, and he was constantly chided by his mom. "Why are you forcing your aged mother to work?" They got into thunderous shouty matches every day, and the neighbors at their wits' end started phoning in complaints. As things stand, it looks like they're on the verge of being kicked out. Again. They really are a pair of morons.
Hi, honey. Looks like you're having a hard time this morning. How are you feeling now?
Thanks for worrying about me. I'm doing much better now. Are you on your break now?
Yeah, just about to head to the cafeteria. The hamburger special they have today is calling my name.
Oh, that hamburger with that special barbecue sauce. I used to get that every time they had it, too. I could kill for one right now. I can't believe it's been 3 years since I quit.
I'm sorry you had to give up your job just to marry me.
Not at all. Don't mention it. It would be hard for me to go to work and do everything around the house. Besides, what I really wanted was to start a family. And my gynecologist told me that my body won't be strong enough to do both.
Yeah, but no need to worry about that any longer. We finally have a healthy bun in the oven.
A healthy bun sounds so cute. Just think, in 2 more months, you're going to be a father.
It still feels very surreal. Like I'm in a dream.
Sorry that it took this long. This little bun has been 3 years in the making.
You don't have to say that this was a team effort.
But your mother was always hounding you about a grandchild. I know it wasn't easy on you.
I'm sure she was much worse to you. Anyway, you don't have to worry about my mom. She's just a very impatient person. You don't have to listen to what she says.
Well, I can't actually ignore her. I just got a text from her saying that she's coming over in the afternoon.
Really? Again? I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I think she just wants to be helpful. Also, I think she's worried about me. I am a first-time mother, after all. But it does get a bit tough to handle when she starts to criticize the way I do the housework.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
To be honest, there are times when I wish she would leave me alone. Only because there are days when this pregnancy makes me so exhausted.
It's okay if you don't listen to her. Just let it go in one ear and out the other.
But she's taking the time to teach me things. For example, the other day she made me refold all your underwear because I was doing it wrong.
What? She made you do that? I thought the way you were doing it started to look like the way my mom did it. I thought it was just a coincidence.
I appreciate what she's trying to do for you, but I don't really like it when she tries to do the same for my clothes. I have my own way of doing things too, you know? But I can't just ignore her like you said.
I totally understand. I'll try to do something about that. The very least I can do right now is to tell her not to come over that often.
If you could, that would be great.
I'm sorry about the way that my mom is behaving, but I hope you also understand. We lost my dad when I was still very young, so I'm all that she has. I'm her only son, and I can't be too hard on her.
I totally get that. She's only doting on you. You are the way you are because she raised you into this wonderful person.
I admit that sometimes she is a bit much in her ways.
I'm glad you can see that too. She still treats you like a small child sometimes. It's cute though. What's that pet name that she calls you again? Her Brian Pie?
Don't you start with that. I'm already a 30-year-old man. I don't want to be called that. It's embarrassing.
Sorry, Brian Pie. Just joking.
Nice try changing the subject to make fun of me, aren't you?
By the way, how has work been? We haven't talked about your work in a while. When you come home, all we talk about is the baby.
Well, actually there's something that I haven't told you about yet.
What is it? If you make me wait to hear it, I'm going to start thinking that it's something bad.
It's the opposite of that. There's been talk of a promotion.
Who's getting a promotion? Is it you? You are being promoted? That would be so amazing if you do. Does it come with a raise, too? We can really use the extra money now that we have a baby on the way.
Don't get yourself too worked up until you hear everything. Yes, I am the one that's being considered for promotion, but there's a catch. We would need to move to the city. Do you think that would be okay for you? We will have just had the baby. You'd be dealing with a newborn and a new city. Do you think you can manage? It won't be too hard.
We would have to move. I don't know about that. I need to think about it a little more. But this is a huge leap for your career. I'm sure I'll be able to cope with it somehow.
That sounds good. I thought you would say no for sure since the burden of raising the baby falls mostly on your shoulders. Of course, I'll be helping out when I can. The promotion does come with a raise as well as a steady increase in salary every year, so that would be a major plus.
I think this is hard for us to decide right now because we haven't had the baby yet. Let's think about it a bit more after our daughter is here.
That's right. Our daughter.
What is it? Aren't you happy that it's a girl?
Yes, I'm happy about having a baby, no matter the gender.
All right, but if you could choose, a girl would be better, don't you think? They say that girls are easier to raise from a young age.
Yeah, I agree with that. Girls are so cute. I can see myself wrapped around her little fingers. You have to promise me that you'll stop her from taking complete control of me, okay?
Okay, I promise. But you're going to be such a good father. But I'll be happiest when both are happy. I can just picture us now. I would love to go shopping with her and cook with her. It's going to be so wonderful.
That sounds wonderful. But my poor credit card will be getting quite a workout.
Oh, how insulting. We won't be that bad.
I'm just joking. I'm just getting back for earlier. The promotion will help with your shopping bills too. Anyway, the fun time is over. I need to get back to work soon so that I can provide for my beautiful wife and daughter.
Is it time already? Okay then, record for us, Daddy.
Over 1 month later.
Hey, Nancy. Are you back yet? How long are you going to spend at the supermarket? You do know that the more time you're there, the more likely it is that you're going to buy things that you don't need. Food loss is a serious deal.
I'm sorry for keeping you waiting, Sandra. It's just that I can't walk that fast anymore. My belly is getting really heavy. I tire out easier, too, so right now I am sitting on a bench and resting.
You're supposed to be young. Where's your stamina? You need to hurry because my Brian Pie will be coming home soon. You need to cook his dinner first. Then after that, we need to do the laundry. When you've done that, it should be time to do the dishes. When you're done with the dishes, he'll be done with the shower. And you'll need to clean the bathroom too. There's so much for you to do. There's no time for you to rest on a bench.
But Brian usually helps with the housework when he comes home.
Well, how lucky you are. But you shouldn't be accepting his help. You're the housewife. Cleaning everything is your job, not his. He already has a job that supports you financially. Are you trying to kill my son by exhausting him?
Believe me, that is not my intention at all. It's just that with this big belly of mine, it's harder and harder for me to do the housework by myself. And, well, the smell of the cleaning supplies makes me nauseous.
My, aren't you a sensitive one? When I was in the same situation as you, I was doing all the work in the house without even one word of a complaint. Even up to my due date, I made my husband dinner before I went to the hospital. Why? Because that's how you take care of your family. No excuses and no complaints. You just do your job.
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess there's nothing that you can do. It's not your fault that your generation doesn't have the same work ethic. I'm also not a monster. I'll fold the laundry for you. Hurry up and finish buying those groceries.
Okay, I'll do my best to finish up here as soon as I can. Thank you very much for taking care of the laundry.
Don't mention it. It saves us from having to do it twice. I would have had to fix all the mistakes you make when doing the laundry anyway. I swear, you young people these days don't even know how to fold your own underwear. Did no one ever teach you?
I'm sorry. I'll try to learn from you.
Oh, that reminds me. Remember to buy whole grain bread. None of that bleached white stuff. You'll also need to pay attention to the ingredient list. Try to buy as many organic items as you can. Don't be tricked into buying cheap alternatives. This is food for your body that we are talking about. My boy only deserves the good stuff.
Yes, Sandra, I always look at the ingredients list before I put it into my cart.
My body needs a well-balanced diet, and I'm afraid that my boy is just a picky eater.
Really? He's a picky eater? He has eaten everything that I have put in front of him so far.
Oh, that's because he's worried about hurting your feelings. One more thing. It's the month for oysters. Ask the staff for some fresh raw oysters.
Raw oysters? I can't eat those. My doctor said that I should be avoiding most seafood just in case.
I know that, but I'll be eating with you guys tonight. And I have been craving them for a while now. You just need to buy enough for Brian and I to eat. It would be silly for us to stop eating something just because you can't have it.
That's true. I wouldn't want you guys to stop eating what you like just because I can't join you.
I took a look at your fridge and me. I must say it's full of food that Brian doesn't like to eat. Are you feeding him properly? I hope he's going not hungry. Speaking of hungry, I'm feeling a bit puckish for biscuits. Be a dear and buy those too.
Biscuits? What kind of biscuits?
You know the ones. The ones with the cheese in the middle. Brian loved those too since he was young.
Okay, I'll buy those too if I see them.
You need to be back here in about 30 minutes. Don't take too long.
I'll try my best to get everything done in 30 minutes.
Don't try, just do it. Trying isn't good enough.
But Brian was the one who told me not to push myself and to just do things at my own pace. I do feel really bad that you have to come over and help all the time.
Don't mention it at all. Brian also said the same thing to me. But you know there's no way that I can let Brian come home to a messy house every day. So I decided to do something about it.
I don't really think that our house is that messy. I do clean it every day.
I guess we all have our own idea of cleaning because the dust everywhere is very obvious to me. Well, I suppose that will happen since you're always using your belly as an excuse for not doing things properly. You're having a girl, right?
Yes, we're going to be having a baby girl.
Are you sure? Because your belly is quite pointed and that has always been the sign for a boy.
Is that true?
Just between me and you. You don't have to be so overprotective about your belly.
What do you mean by that?
All I'm saying is that I got a boy on our first try, and boys are just, you know, so much more useful. It would have been better for my first grandchild to be a boy. Someone who can continue my late husband's family's name.
Well, a baby is a gift. We don't know what we're going to get. We will try for a boy next time.
Next time? Who knows when you'll have another baby? It might already be too late.
Even if you say that these things are out of my control.
Poor me. Anyway, your floors need waxing. Where do you put your wax?
We ran out of wax a while ago. We haven't bought more since I got pregnant because wax floors are slippery, so we thought that it would be best not to wax the floors for a while.
That's why your floors are looking so grim. You still need to wax your floors. Just be careful when you walk. Wear slippers with rubber soles. You can't stop taking care of your house for a temporary inconvenience. Besides, when your baby starts crawling, a wax floor would be better to do that on. Just listen to me and order some.
2 weeks later.
Nancy, honey, are you okay? I just got into a taxi. We're rushing to the hospital now. Did the doctors tell you anything?
Honey, it's okay. Calm down. The baby and I are fine. We're okay. The fall didn't hurt us. The tests came back and we're both fine. But I decided just to admit myself into the hospital. I just thought it would be better if I stay in the hospital a few days before my due date, just in case. No need to rush over.
Oh, I see. That's a relief. I only heard that you were admitted into the hospital, but I didn't get any details.
Sorry, I didn't mean to worry you.
What about my mom? I heard something about stairs. Honestly, I couldn't hear much. How's my mom doing?
We were taken to the hospital together, but I'm in the maternity ward now. She's in a different ward, but I'm not sure which one.
I wonder if Mom is okay. Did the both of you fall together? How did that happen?
Well, this is going to be a long story.
Hold that thought. I got a text from my mom. Is she serious?
Why? What did she say?
She said that she broke a bone.
Oh, I see. She got away with just a broken bone then.
What? Why would you say that? Do you know what you're saying? My mom broke her leg.
The sound she made when she fell was inhuman. And with the way she fell, I figured she'd probably kick the bucket.
Nancy, come on. Can't you phrase that a little differently? I know you don't like her, but she's still my mother. You can't just say that.
I'm sorry, Brian, but I'm still absolutely fuming. She did this to herself.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that it's literally her own fault.
I have no idea what that could possibly mean. Please just tell me what happened and don't spare any of the details.
About an hour ago, she was putting wax in the hall on the second floor.
Wax? I thought we decided not to wax the floor since they'd be too slippery.
That's what I told her, but your mother still insisted that we wax the floors. I was going downstairs to get something when I felt a push from your mother.
What? My mother pushed you?
Yes, she did. Thankfully, my reflexes are still quite sharp. I got a hand on the railing and only fell a few steps. But since your mother was the one who pushed me, she slipped and fell ahead of me.
Is what you're telling me really true?
Yeah. She suddenly strongly insisted that we wax the floors. I thought that something weird was going to happen.
But why would she do that?
Your mother wanted a boy for her first grandchild.
What? That's her reason?
I told her that these things were out of our control, and I could tell that she wasn't happy with that answer.
So that's when she decided to. I can't even finish that thought. Did she really? Oh, God. She was hoping you would lose our baby.
I don't want to believe it either, but I think that was her intention.
She didn't only put our baby in danger, but she put your life in danger too. Something could have happened to you. I'm really sorry about this, honey.
No, none of it is your fault.
I should have been stronger when I told her to leave you alone. I should have told her to stop coming over so often. Gosh, I'm so glad nothing happened to you. Thank you for protecting our baby too.
Honey. Suddenly I'm getting scared.
Everything is going to be all right. I promise you, from now on, my mother won't be allowed anywhere near you or our daughter. We're almost at the hospital. I'll go to your room first, and we can talk more about it.
Thank you, honey.
After that, I'll have a nice long chat with my mom. I'll tell her to leave my family alone.
Over 1 month later.
Hello, Nancy. I'm being discharged from the hospital tomorrow. Will it be okay for me to get a taxi and go over to your house?
Sandra, please don't come to our house.
Why not? I haven't fully recovered yet. It's still difficult for me to walk. I need you to look after me.
What? Why do I need to look after you?
Because you're my daughter-in-law. You have to help me.
Oh, so now you think of me as your daughter-in-law. That's very surprising. You never made me feel that I was your daughter-in-law or treated me like one.
Oh, stop that. Don't make it sound like I was bullying you. I might have been strict with you, but I was only doing it for your own good. It's my job to teach you how to be a proper wife to my son.
It doesn't matter now. My hands are full taking care of our daughter.
Oh, that's right. You gave birth to a girl. Congratulations.
Are you trying to be nasty?
Oh no, I'm just being honest. I want to see her face, so please let me see her tomorrow.
I thought Brian talked to you already. Didn't he warn you to stay away from me and our daughter? He made you promise, didn't he? You swore that you would leave us alone.
Oh, but that was a month ago. Things were different then.
I'm warning you now. If you come, I'm going to call the police.
What? Why would you call the police? I'm just a grandmother going to see her grandchild.
Your presence is a threat to our safety.
Stop joking around. Thanks to you, I broke a bone in my leg. You need to take responsibility for that and look after me until I'm fully healed.
Why do you think that it's my fault?
You're the one who put wax on the floor and made me slip. You don't like me, so you tried to get rid of me somehow. That was the plan. You're so cruel.
I can say exactly the same thing to you.
What? How dare you?
You're the one who insisted on waxing the floors that day. Don't even try to deny that. Because I had text messages to prove it. So what if I did?
That means I deserve to break my leg?
You hate my daughter and me. You were setting up your trap and waiting for me to slip and fall. But you ran out of patience. You saw me walking towards the stairs and thought that was your opportunity to speed up the process.
That's a big accusation. Where's your proof?
Can you really say to Brian that those weren't your true intentions? Don't contact me just because your son is ignoring your calls.
There's been some misunderstanding. I just want to get to know you better. That's why I'm contacting you now.
Get to know me better. Did you think that line would work? Just look at what you tried to do. If I didn't grab onto that handrail, I wouldn't have my daughter with me right now. Do you have any idea how traumatic that idea is for me?
Fine. I apologize for that.
That isn't something that can be fixed with a lousy apology.
Okay, I'll do whatever you want me to do tomorrow. I'll leave it on my knees and beg if that'll make it better.
Don't even bother coming over to our house.
Please be reasonable. Why can't I at least come over?
I wasn't going to say anything about this, but no one will be there even if you do come. We are moving out of here today.
What? Moving out? That's a lie. Brian didn't say a word about that.
Of course, he wouldn't. There's no reason for him to tell you. In fact, you are one of the reasons that we are moving. The three of us are going to move to the city.
What? What about Brian's job?
He got a promotion. That's the main reason why we needed to move. We didn't think it would be possible so soon after the birth of our daughter. But the timing was perfect. This way we can get away from you and start a new life together.
But what about me? I'm also a family. I'm Brian's mother.
You are not family. Family don't try to kill one another. You are just emotional baggage.
Emotional baggage?
I am thankful that you raised Brian on your own. But he can't be your child forever. He is my husband and the father of my child. He has his own family to take care of now.
Of course I understand that.
No, you don't. You don't understand that at all. Don't come near us ever again.
He has a family and I'm also part of that family. We need to rely on each other.
Well, I can assure you of one thing. We're never going to rely on you. Ever. But also don't worry. No matter how much we can't stand you, my husband has a phone number that you can call. You can try to contact him, but I can't promise that he will always respond.
That's so cold.
He will only come to help you if it's an absolute emergency. So don't abuse this privilege and don't even bother asking for our new address. He won't give it to you.
But wait, you're going to need help with that baby. What are you going to do? It's your first child. You're going to need help and my advice and support.
I'm not going to be asking you for any of that. I should probably let you know. Brian's underwear that you always folded. Well, he would refold them to the way that he liked after you leave.
What? I didn't know that.
He complained that the way you folded it made it hard for him to get out of the drawers. You see, we don't need your help at all. Even if you do come and help, we will have to redo everything anyway. Afterwards, my mother-in-law decided to undergo rehabilitation for her leg on her own. Without any support or place to go, she became isolated and fell into a state of depression. She stopped leaving the house, which visibly aged her. Brian occasionally visits her, but only for a few hours and never stays overnight. He doesn't want our daughter to be exposed to her negativity and bitterness. As a result of that incident, Brian chose his wife and daughter over his mother. He allowed his mother to face the consequences of her actions from then on. My daughter and I haven't seen her even once. We don't miss her at all. Although the move was a bit rushed, Brian's company assisted with some of the moving expenses. We were able to find a suitable apartment that meets all our needs. We enjoy living in the bustling city where everything we need is conveniently located nearby. Most importantly, I am no longer living in the shadow of my mother-in-law. I have my own identity and freedom. Brian is doing well in his job and even helps take care of our daughter on the weekends. His support has given me more free time, and I believe it makes me a better mother. I have also started taking online courses to pursue my passion for writing. I hope to publish my own book someday.